So as far as like there being laws to art but not any rules, I don't know. I think about it in terms of like technology. So like there are laws to technology in like how it works, like the like raw basics at its like organic nature. But then like in order to build new and better things, you have to break the rules. So I think about it like that when I think about art, because art's kind of like a science to me, you know, and like it's very methodical, very experimental, very hypothesis based. I will like start an idea and then put it on my iPad and be like, okay, this is what it's going to look like, right? And then I actually do it. And it looks like it, but not the same. So like that, there are no rules, but there are laws in terms of...
What would be a law or laws that you would consider that apply to art?
I'm going to think, let's see. A law for art. I think a law for art would be like, it has to be something. So like, something created.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Versus like, I don't know, this is like a personal opinion. If there is just a feather in my hand right now, and I say, this is art. Technically, it is art because I called it art, but, and yes, it's created because it's in my hand and it's a
Comes
feather.
from the bird and...
So, yeah, exactly. In a way, it's art.
Mm.
But then for it to be like art to someone else, they may not see that.
Something has to be created upon that.
So when I say there's no like, I don't really like, in terms of art in general, there's literally nothing that can't be art.
Yeah.
But in terms of like, if you want to present it as art to someone else,
Yeah.
it has to be something, and it has to be something that can be perceived as art, is what I mean by that.
It has to have some sense of like feeling or meaning, but it not from the artist, you know, in the sense where like you put the meaning to it. That's where I feel like a lot of art nowadays is also like that. Like when it comes to the whole, like the banana and the duct tape.
Yeah.
Like what does that mean to you? Yes, just because it's put on a fucking like in a gallery, like they can say it's art, but that's the beauty of fucking art.
Exactly.
Because
anything. Picasso had a style, and there are rules to that style in order for it to be that style. So, I mean, if you go like, you know, break art down, like when I talk about art, I think about like art in like a spiritual aspect. But like if you're like sketching, there are like rules, you know, like you have to, you know, have like shading, and you have to cross hatch if you want to shade with pencil, and then with a pen it's different. So there's like different levels to the rules, and you can break down art into any different genre you want, honestly.
So, art. You as an artist.
Right.
It's been hard, honestly, to know who's doing this art under no one when there's no face to it.
Yeah. Well.
And I mean, there's a face to it now.
Yeah.
You recently just had a face reveal.
Just did a face reveal. Felt pretty good about it. I did look quite nice in them anyway. Glad I could share that with the world.
yeah,
It was pretty nice.
What's the reasoning behind being an anonymous artist to begin with?
I guess in the beginning, I didn't want like me as a person to affect the way people looked at my art. I wanted like my art to be the sole focal point.
I used to want to be anonymous.
Oh, we know.
So, do you know the story of,
I wish.
is it Mark Twain, or it was, I think it was
Mark
Benjamin
Twain.
Franklin or somebody, they had a pseudonym that they would write these comical things that they published in the letters. I forgot what the name, I know it was Benjamin Franklin, because he was working under the press.
MF Doom, bro. Like,
Yeah, in a way, because you don't know who he is.
It's
and
like that.
Yeah,
because
because
hella aliases too.
But I
That's
mean,
what's so cool too.
Even
like,
MF Doom had like a
Definitely.
person,
yeah,
you know?
He had the masks to show who he was, but
But I think that's a different intention when you're separating your work completely from self, because
Yeah.
I think that kind of, it's almost like a selfless
it's freeing.
selfless
Really
way to
is.
kind of create, because
Really is.
there's no face to the name.
Truth. Though that's why it's no one still. So even if there is a face to the name, I'm still no one. regardless.
Well, there's like a figure, you know.
There's
you
a
would
figure
say, like you
now.
would say like,
And I feel like I've teased myself in my like, posts, but I've never really like without my mask,
Bro's just been teasing us this entire time.
Yeah, sorry guys. I have to.
he's a tease, guys.
Listen, what does he look like?
Oh my god.
You'll never know. Until now.
Until now.
Until now.
What's
Yeah,
your
man.
definition of art? If you had to give it it's a one sentence definition, what would you say?
Art is of the mind a revolution.
Of the mind of the individual. Almost like an expression of the individual.
Yeah, that's what I was
Indeed.
gonna say. An expression, like
A revolution. I don't know. When you want to create something new and you want it to be meaningful, it's always a revolution. It doesn't have to be a bad revolution.
Hey, revolutions are good sometimes, you know.
Yeah.
Kind of keep,
Usually
keep
are
things
good.
on balance. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you're kind of like changing the medium because all these ideas are coming to you in your mind, but no one else can see that, you know? But, you know, you put it on the canvas or you express it however you want. And now you have something that people can see, kind of look inside your mind in a way.
Yeah. I mean, I know you've heard me say this before, like the eyes tell the truth of the soul. So I only added one picture of my eyes, but also like I like wearing glasses. But I don't know. I think when you look into the eyes, even of the artist from the spectator point of view, you can really see the meaning, like even in their eyes, at who they are as a person. What is their meaning? Indeed.
the eyes,
Indeed.
Exactly.
They never lie.
Indeed.
They
never lie.
Eyes never lie.
Fly,
baby.
pelican,
never lie.
fly.
That's my shit, bro.
That's so
shit.
funny.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. But yeah, that's art, I think. Who am I to say I'm right?
There's no
no
right
right
or wrong.
answer.
No
Like,
one can say it.
no one can say
personally.
it. Like truthfully, everybody has their own
Opinion.
opinion of art. Like it's, yeah. I'm just so thankful that we have Mr. NØ1 and Usman in the building.
Usman.
Usman. Did I say that correctly? Usman?
Usman.
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 There you go.
Usman.
The emphasis is more
Usman.
on the man, bro.
Usman.
There you go.
Usman.
There you go.
Okay.
You got it.
Yeah, this is episode 9 of the Hectic Way podcast. Crazy.
Glad to
That's
be
6
here.
upside down. It's a 9 now.
Yeah. You know what? You boys came out repping the
Hectic
the
way.
gear, bro.
Had to do it.
That was sick, dude.
Hold on.
When I saw y'all pull up, I'm like, yo,
Yeah.
these
This
are
is
my
like one of my
guys.
favorite hoodies, personally.
Wow.
Oh,
Can
for
I say?
sure. Yeah,
The
you
back
gave me
graphic,
this.
I don't know if you're gonna get it, but
That way.
yeah,
Hectic
that way.
That way.
Now, I remember I had my birthday party and you came up to me and you handed me this in a package and you were like, I don't know if this is the right size, man. And, you know, I wasn't expecting it at all. And it just made me so happy. I was like,
Swag.
thank you very much, bro. I literally, I've been putting this on when I go to work and everyone talks about it. They're like, hey, it's a nice sweatshirt.
Hey,
Yes,
that's
sir.
what we
And I
like.
always plug you. I'm like, check them out. Hectic Way.
Appreciate that, bro.
Of course.
Much
Of
love.
Indeed, indeed.
course, have to represent. And I have a Chulo hoodie as well.
The Chulo sweater. Yes, sir.
Yeah, I gotta make some new ones, bro.
The fire.
It's about that time.
Oh yeah, we need
new
a
merch
summer
drop.
collection.
So
Need that for sure.
Hell yeah.
So, how do you guys know each other? Because did y'all meet here at school or?
Yeah, we met our freshman year, probably like a couple weeks in.
Yeah,
Yeah.
couple weeks in. I don't know. First, second, instant,
Oh, yeah.
easy. Like,
No, because I look back into my memories on Snapchat and I see like, you know, us hanging out, pictures, videos of us hanging out. And it feels like at that point we had already known each other for a year, but I see it and it's like September 5th. And that's like 2 weeks into the semester starting freshman year. And it's like, no way I knew him this well already and had only been not even 2 weeks.
It's kind of like one of those organic connections.
Exactly.
super organic. I think, I don't know, we got real like deep with each other, like deep ass conversations, and they're really easy to have with him. You know, we just got really deep. We talked about personal shit.
Yeah, it's like y'all were on the same frequency, so y'all was able to kind of.
We're like
Oh,
always
exactly.
on the same frequency.
Because if I would just be an outsider looking in and I met you guys, I would
Yeah.
think that y'all been friends since y'all were like 4 or some shit, you know?
Most people
yeah.
think we're brothers.
that's what I was gonna say.
And we tell most people we're brothers.
We do.
Yeah,
This is my brother.
Yeah, that's my bro. It's my big bro.
bro.
So who's older? And you're like,
I'm fucking older person.
I'm the older one.
Yeah.
But he's taller than me just because.
And I remember one time, I think this was when we went to Vegas, but we met someone and we were telling them that we're brothers, right? Like we're twin brothers. And then we were talking about
said
where we
twins?
grew up. I think so.
Oh,
And,
yeah.
and we were talking about where we grew up. And I was like, yeah, I grew up in Dallas, and he goes, I grew up in Houston. And the guy was like, wait, but if you're brothers, how did that happen? And we kind of realized that we messed up because we were like,
God
oh crap,
damn it,
we're
bro.
in too deep now.
By the way, like
Close.
the whole point of us like in this situation calling each other like twin brothers is to fuck with someone. We're just like lying.
Yeah,
to
but hey,
someone.
you gotta go with the shit, you know what I'm
Exactly.
saying?
Yeah,
No,
bro.
we convinced,
Like-
that night was insane. That was Rufus Du Sol and Black Coffee.
Oh
rave
yeah,
night.
we went
Oh,
to
shit.
what,
In
XS
Vegas?
at Win. Yeah, the XS club at Win.
How was that? Hey, what happened?
What
You don't gotta
happens in
say it.
Vegas?
Yeah, exactly.
What happens in Vegas?
Shut
All
up,
I'll say is
Shut up.
$3,000 table,
Swag.
women from Venezuela.
If it ain't foreign, it's boring.
Indeed.
And we got it all for free.
all for free.
Do you guys travel pretty often? You know, going to Vegas, like do y'all go pretty often to other places?
I like going to at least 3 a year, 3 different countries a year.
Oh, country. So you're traveling outside of the countries.
Yeah, I do a lot of filming in other countries just because it's like a journey. You know, it's like a different experience than what we have in America. And I like going to places that don't have as much as America. So it's like, you know, I like going to emerging markets where, you know, cash-based system, people still live in huts with no AC kind of vibe.
Yeah, more like a lesser developed country in a way.
Defo.
Because
Sometimes I like going to big cities, but you know,
yeah,
depending on
for
the
sure.
vibe.
I feel like that brings you back to reality in a sense.
Oh yeah, it's a lock-in.
it kind of shows you what's important because there's all this stuff going on, especially here in the United States.
Yeah.
There's technology, you got the phones, like the jobs, your responsibilities, your bills you got to pay, your like all of the day-to-day of an average American citizen. And you go somewhere else and you see a totally completely different life. I mean, of course, it's still like the same basis.
Yeah.
Like people still go to work and stuff, but it's an entirely different attitude. People got an
Yeah.
entirely different
Oh, yeah.
attitude in most places.
For sure.
Would you say that inspiration wise, do you think that when you come back from a trip such as like where was your most recent out of country trip?
Bali.
Bali. So when you came back from Bali, did you have a newfound sense of inspiration?
Oh yeah. I think every time I travel, I always explore and I try to learn. You know, it's not just about like relaxing. Vacation, it's more like opportunity. It's perspective. That's what I call my journeys.
Exploration.
Yeah, exploration. I'm an adventurer.
Yeah.
And so, you know, I got to adventure in the physical to be able to adventure in the mind. You know, so I definitely find a lot of inspiration when I travel. Biggest inspiration that I find is kind of just like in my own self. You know, not even in my art, because my art comes from within me. So, you know, it's not even building upon myself. It's more like letting myself be like with the world. You
Just
know?
like life, it's coming at you.
Yeah,
bro.
it's not just me
It's
out
just coming
there.
out of you. You know
Yeah,
what I'm
it's-
saying? Like
it-
you're not. It just
Yeah.
just happens. It's the type of shit that honestly, I wish we can all get back to. Like most people, you know. Like I wish the day-to-day person can just get back to like
Oh, definitely.
being able to quote unquote smell the flowers.
Do you think that's
Definitely.
possible without having a huge trip? Do you think that there's a way that you can kind of come back to reality without?
It's possible. America can be beautiful. So you can drive 2, 3, 4, 5 hours to go find
What about
something
no
beautiful.
trip at all? Do you think that's like that's what I'm saying? I mean,
Oh.
of course, America is beautiful. There's so many different amazing places, but
It's different.
if you're in your room all the time and you're continuing to be in your room, do you think that there's any way that you can like almost explore a different realm without leaving where you're at?
One is of the mind, one is of the world.
Yeah, there's only I agree. Like
Yeah.
and whether that be freaking going out and take a walk or something, like stuff like I've learned
Ooh, a simple walk, man.
Yeah.
Simple walk and do a lot.
Yeah, I've learned that's like the subtle escapes in my life, like going on a little bike ride, running.
Yeah, some
and
kind of outdoor sports, just being with the world.
literally, it feels almost off-putting because like I don't know how y'all like look at yourselves, but sometimes I look at myself like third person, like looking down on me, and it's like, yo, I'm just like a speck in this whole freaking place. And traveling also shows me how big the world is, bro.
Indeed.
Definitely.
Indeed.
Like I want to go everywhere.
Facts.
I want to do everything.
There's so much to explore. There's so much to know.
Yeah, and I feel like that's why people travel. Is
Oh, yeah.
for knowledge in a sense.
Sometimes.
Well, of
Sometimes.
self and of
Sometimes
other
people just want to go
things.
to Turks and Caicos and veg out.
Hey, that's
And
okay.
that's also a vibe.
And okay, I think that is. I mean, of course, I'm not familiar with how other countries vacation, but an American way of vacationing is simply that.
Yeah.
Let's just go somewhere. Let's go to the beach and
get fucked up.
just get faded.
It's because Americans don't have that time in America.
Yeah.
And so once they get that time, they want to get out of America and do that.
But see, and
Isn't it sad though that we
is.
spend that free time? I even look at it
If you go anywhere else.
even more minuscule. If you like, okay, you're having these vacation days, but you pull up to whatever. What was that one place in Florida that they shut down because
Miami?
was it? Oh my, okay, was it Miami?
I think
Yeah,
they
they
shut
said
down
like
Miami.
they aren't allowing spring break in Miami anymore.
yeah.
It's
That's
because people will
crazy.
literally just pull it to Miami and just get freaking wasted and act a
Smacked
fool.
out of their mind.
There's so much crime and stuff going on.
Miami.
Yeah, dude,
Yeah,
like-
hell no.
That's wild.
I don't know, man. Americans don't really know how to party.
No, and I agree with that, bro. I 10,000% agree.
What is a person that stands in the corner and just looks around at a club?
A weirdo.
But that's a lot of people here,
I'm
bro.
a creep.
Wallflower. Yeah. And I mean, like you were saying, like no one dances. Like,
Dude, that is crazy,
Like
bro.
no, like me and him personally, we like to groove. Earlier, we were in the garage and I was using a fucking socket wrench to make a beat, bro. DeAndre heard that. Yeah, like
Just
it's like-
vibing
it's
24/7, you know what I'm saying?
It's like not too many people feel the music these days.
Why do you?
know?
Okay, do you think it's that they don't feel the music, or is it that they're afraid to feel the music? Because
think
they
they're
may
afraid.
or externally feel it. Because
Yeah.
like me personally, bro, I remember being a little kid and dancing all the
Yeah.
time.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
if I'm out in the club and I hear a song I like, I don't even know what to do. I don't like. I'm just like.
Now you be doing that little dance that you be doing the little K dance.
What is it?
Oh, dude,
I get that, though,
I don't
'cause
even want
I don't
him to
know.
show you because
I don't even know. I don't know what I do.
It's great. He knows. He does it all the time. It's a
doing the
little K
dance.
jig. It's
He's
like-
got the jig.
Yeah, he's got the little.
A little jig. So what do you think
what's
that?
wrong with that?
Yeah, I used to be a whole ass break dancer, bro. I used to spin on my freaking
Oh, yeah?
B-boy
shit.
Chulo
yeah,
over
type
here.
shit.
Yeah,
bro.
dude, he's over here doing
hopping
coin
and
drops
rocking.
and flips and
Yeah.
shit, handstands.
I have seen this man dance, and he is so good. And
Yeah,
he
dude.
can do it all the time.
When was this?
We were like right here.
Either that, I remember the loft. That was
no, it was
bro.
it was your old place. I think. Yeah, it was your old place, and both of us had come from the loft.
I think I
And-
remember what you're talking
And you
about.
just started getting so down, bro.
I was probably, I don't know.
I don't think I've ever seen you dance like that,
That's
even at
crazy.
like a bar.
I was either faking
No,
it
you-
or,
you was- you
or
was
just
in
really
that mode,
having
just,
a good time. I was high on life.
Absolutely.
It's the way it should be.
Love that about you, bro. Did I make him giggle? Hell yeah, I did.
It's so crazy that that's almost like frowned upon, bro.
Do you think it's okay? Do you think it's a coping mechanism that people use?
to drink?
So,
yeah.
like I mean, drinking substances, smoking, stuff like
course,
that.
bro.
Like I mean, it is. It's definitely a coping mechanism. It's been that
Yeah.
for probably hundreds of years.
but how many
Yeah.
times have you heard like, oh, I need 2 drinks so I can go talk to this person, or I need,
Yeah, or I just need a drink. I just need to get
Yeah.
some drinks
Courage.
first.
Yeah.
Encourage it so they can release their inhibitions.
Yeah, but why? Why do you think that's?
release your inhibition.
Feel the rain on your
Okay.
skin. We're gonna do an acapella segment real quick.
It just had to come out. It's
Yeah.
a banger.
Indeed.
No, I want
Yeah,
to
for
say
sure.
about that though, like for context, my family, they're super Muslim and religious, right? And so my parents, they don't drink, they
That's
don't
badass.
smoke, they don't, no inebriation. And at fucking parties and weddings, they will get down.
Oh, of
And
course.
Get down with or without substances.
because they don't do anything. No,
Yeah.
they don't drink at like when we have weddings, they don't drink, they don't smoke, they're all sober and pure. And they will be some of the craziest like full energy people you'll meet at the party, And
Why-
like my mom especially,
Yeah.
like she doesn't need any liquid courage, And it's like
That's
it's just a
awesome.
culture difference because like I grew up here. I've grown up in the States pretty much my whole life, and coming from like the different background family, it's different because I know a lot of my friends, they'd been introduced to alcohol and all that pretty young at a young age because their parents drink, and maybe they hadn't tried it, but at least they know about it,
Yeah, for sure.
And
They're
for me,
aware.
it's like I was never around drunk adults my whole life.
So when you
And-
see them, you're like, what the hell is this?
exactly no, because I remember
This guy's kind of acting funny.
it was in high school. I went to my friend's place, and her parents were like
Sloshed.
fucking sloshed, and I was trying to talk to them, and I was like, dude, I don't it's like I'm talking to a kid right now.
Yeah.
And it was super weird because,
Damn.
you know, these are my friends' parents. I respect them and everything. I met them before, but it was just so funny seeing them like that.
That's fucked.
But
Why do you think that that's such a popular phenomenon kind of in today's age? Because I would say honestly, I mean, I wasn't alive before this, but I feel as though it's kind of such a popular thing now to always be on some sort of substance or do some sort of substance, whether it's like weed or alcohol
Yeah.
or anything. What do you think that is?
social culture.
You just think
Social
it's
culture.
different?
And
in a sense,
commercially.
bro, I feel like that's where people relate. Like, you can, oh, you vape too, or like, not even just.
Okay,
that.
that's actually very true. Because think about how many people. I mean, at least in the past, I've definitely met people doing like that sort of stuff. Like, oh, okay, like we're gonna go drink, we're gonna hang out. And
Like, I
you
went
know,
to a
whatever.
time in high school where there was no such thing as like a vape in school, like ever. Like, nobody had portable vapes. Like, nobody was vaping in school and shit. Like, that was.
They had them
thing.
all the time in high school.
Yeah, see, I was right in the birth of that.
Yeah.
Yeah, same.
Or that's where kids started juuling in the
Jewel
bathroom.
era.
I was like,
Jewel era
whoa, what
was
in the
crazy.
world? I thought that only happened in like on the news and
I
stuff.
thought that only happened on Euphoria, bro.
Over here happened in a little town now.
Yeah. No, my sister, she's in high school right now, and she was telling me that like even in middle school, kids had vapes.
That's wicked,
and
bro.
like pens and stuff. Like if
It's
can you
gross.
imagine like a seventh when I was
Like
in
the
seventh or eighth grade?
priorities, you know what I'm saying? Like, I was
Yeah.
focused on freaking being good at sports, being able to talk to girls. Like, I was still like
Yeah, when
scared at doing that. Like,
People
I
don't
was-
know how to talk to anybody anymore.
No, yeah, I think the pandemic really did a number on most people.
Bro,
Yeah,
think about how many
man.
kids that gave social anxiety to.
Yeah,
oh
dude.
for
There's-
sure.
Early no one. What was early no one's intention for starting art?
Early no one's intention was like to start a revolution, truthfully. I wanted to start a revolution through art. Through my paintings. But then I soon realized people are not on the same level I am. Like in terms of like not like I'm superior, but like they're just not on that wavelength. Not a lot of people are. It's hard to find people that can like hone in that artistic ability. I meet so many people that are like, I'm not artistic. And then I show them one of my paintings and they give me like surface versus depth.
Well, that's majority of people, bro. Like, it's kind of hard to really like, because in a sense, what if art to them is like fucking numbers? Like,
It's true. Anything can be art.
exactly. So in a
Anything can
sense
be
where
art.
like comprehension is a big thing, but when it comes to like the difference between art that's I don't know between good art and bad art, because I don't think there's a
It's
such
like
thing.
right brained and left brained people.
For sure, but there's art that will speak to the general masses to the point where like you don't even have to think and you know, oh, what it is or what.
But
like,
you know what? Half the time that's words. And I don't want to use words. I want to use
You'd
kind
be
of
surprised. I mean,
sometimes.
yeah,
But most of the time people will respond to words because I don't know, so most people can't think for
what if
themselves.
you can't read?
Well, what if you can't hear?
Well, that's what you can see.
Well, what if you can't read?
Hey, but that's what I'm saying. It has to be like something.
But what if you
like-
can feel? But what if you can,
See, that's why I make rugs. That's why I started
Yeah.
making rugs, because I wanted to make art that you can touch. Like, I want to be able to have a gallery.
Your
that
rugs are dope, bro.
You come in and you just touch and stuff. Yeah.
I saw your exhibit last Friday.
Bro, that was dope. That was a surreal moment for me.
Yeah,
I'm not
man.
gonna lie.
Good shit. Good
Appreciate
shit.
it, bro. Appreciate it. It was a long time coming. It was
Absolutely.
one of those things that I wrote
We've been
down.
talking about getting in the Luca space for years,
Right,
bro.
Literally.
Literally. About to be 3 fashion shows in.
Yeah, we got
Oh,
another
yeah.
fashion show coming up.
Oh yeah, May 3rd. You
I
don't
feel like
want to
this
miss
is.
it.
I wouldn't say it's gonna be the biggest one, but it's definitely gonna be the most.
Incorporated.
Yeah,
A lot
There's
of
more-
moving parts.
for sure, and I feel like this time it's there's an expectation.
Oh, there is a high expectation. Everyone is stressed out, but we will deliver.
Yeah, and that's what, bro,
Pressure makes
to be honest,
diamonds.
yeah, for sure. But I'm not really stressed.
No, honestly, it's gonna be.
been-
It's gonna be fun. Honestly,
Oh, that's the reason. I feel like that's the reason why the past fashion shows have been so successful, is because for one, it's just genuine people
it's true.
truthfully just like showcasing their art,
expression.
and, like,
That's
like,
really
they're expressing
trying to-
art.
That's some really cool people involved.
For
Other
sure.
than, you know, you, Cade, me, no one. You,
Yeah,
Chulo.
this time we're including quite a few new people. We got B Custom, Brandon, and then we got
That's Brandana's Customs, yeah?
yeah, and then we got Immuno 5, which is
Yeah.
Abby.
Abby, shout out. And Sarah Fry is going to be helping Abby on some of the
Who's that?
accessories.
There's a theme with this one, right? Isn't it the Playhouse
so
type of thing?
Basically, it's called Fiesta de la Vida, and Avi and I came up with this.
Oh yeah, I'm Avi, by the way.
Yeah,
Avi, aka NØ1.
AKA
NØ1.
My
Yes,
bad.
sir.
I forgot to introduce myself.
yeah. I call him Avi all the time.
Yeah, that's my dog.
Yeah. So,
Only real ones call
anyways,
me Avi.
yeah, we came up with that Fiesta de la Vida because it's a party of life. It's showcasing all walks of life, and
2 days before Dia de los Muertos.
yeah, or no, Cinco de Mayo.
Oh, Cinco de Mayo.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's
Cinco de
right.
Mayo. So, me being Latino American, I would like to put a little bit more awareness on Cinco de Mayo.
Oh yeah.
It's more than just another excuse to get drunk and
No, bro, it's Cinco de Drinko. Let's go. Let's go.
But see that, you know, and like I see that because that's the culture now.
Yeah.
You know, like we were just talking
That
about
is
it, bro.
crazy,
Like,
yeah.
It's the culture.
like
There's
you know,
more to it.
Exactly,
Yeah,
way more.
definitely.
And I would like to spill the beans on it, but that's one thing. If you really want to get to know what Cinco de Mayo really is about,
Be
do your
there.
research because
Oh yeah.
it's pretty important.
I mean, and I'm an Indian man, but I grew up in Houston around a lot of Chicano culture. So sometimes I consider myself, you know, a Hispanic man because I have a lot of that culture within me. You know, it's not me appropriating, it's me appreciating and, you know, having absorbed all that. It's like I have that culture that I also need to expunge
For sure.
as well. You know, luchador culture is
Yeah, all that
Yeah,
stuff.
man.
So it's gonna have a lot of mix of.
Hold up, I'll be right back.
But
it's gonna be fun.
I'm just excited that the fact that it's outside too. Like
Oh,
that's
yeah.
I feel like it's a big.
Yeah, changing factor.
Step
For
up.
sure.
Because
Yeah.
I think being in the ice house those past couple times, it's like we're outside of the light. Like
That- I mean,
the
I like
gaze of the
that.
people. It's like, yeah, it's exclusive.
But it's
you know,
more. It's my thing that I didn't like about it was the fact that there wasn't enough people enjoying the show. Like
people were just trying to.
I mean, they're packed out. Don't get me wrong, but
Packed
I
out to the
want
brim.
it to where it's like all 20,000 people that are
Like
attending.
from a drone, you see droves of people.
Literally.
I definitely think being outside is gonna be like a big thing.
Game changer.
Because I mean, the thing about the ice house is like, yeah, it got packed every time, but people have to go in there to see
Exactly.
it. You know?
This
And
is
it's
like we're out here and we're gonna have people.
You're gonna be
talking to
present.
people. You know,
Yeah, I'm gonna
getting
try
people
my
hyped
best
up.
to host and
Yeah, you're gonna host.
yeah. I mean, I
Okay.
wouldn't see.
MC.
Yeah, fashion show is definitely gonna be one. I think. So with this one,
Long story short, be there May 3rd.
yep, 7 o'clock.
7 o'clock.
Yeah, listen to that guy.
Yeah.
you
listen
don't
to
want to
me.
mess with him.
Yeah, it's gonna be one that y'all definitely want to attend.
Hey,
Yeah.
that's the last time a lot of you will see no one.
You're out of here after that.
Yeah. Probably 2 weeks after that, I'm out.
You're going to go back home to Houston, right?
Back home to Houston.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Grooge Town.
After I graduate, that's the plan, man.
Okay, so when going to school, what did you study?
I studied supply chain management.
What in the world? What's an artist need to study supply chain management for? Or what's the separation between that? Because I know those are two different things, of course. But
That's two different parts of your life.
Two whole
You
like.
got Avi and you got no one. in a
Yeah,
sense.
I mean, Avi's no one, but like it's like an easier way for me to separate that. But somehow I've blended them too somehow. But I don't know. Studying supply chain management and doing art has definitely like created a huge divide in like priorities, two different paths. Because I have my art priorities and then I have my school priorities. Obviously, what brought me to Lubbock was school. So, you know, in that sense, you know, that's like my number one priority because I'm here. I'm grateful to be in school, grateful to have that opportunity. So I work hard at it and, you know, it's going to pay off. I'm going to graduate. I don't know what that means for no one in Lubbock. I don't know what that means for no one in general, but I know that means for me. You know, it means that I worked hard and got a college degree. Now, what is an artist doing? Studying supply chain? That one only knows. I sound like a nerd every time I talk about supply chain though. And I don't really want to bust that out right now. Supply chain is just like the flow of everything from the crop to your plate.
And that's very useful information, especially with how much of a supply chain that the entire.
I mean, the world runs off of a supply chain.
Like sorry.
Yeah, losing breath, bro.
Yeah,
but yeah, man. I forgot what your face looked like.
Anyways, bro, that's what the entire economy is built off of.
Oh, yeah.
Supply chain. That's
Well,
how I get my Amazon package in 2 days.
Yeah. One of the most efficient supply chains in the world is Amazon.
Yeah.
Very efficient.
So, do you see yourself making a career out of supply chain management, or are you wanting to make a career out of art, or both?
I think I like supply chain because of the theory and concepts. But the application is super lucrative and super analytical. And I feel like I'd have to make a lot of bad decisions in my life. But you know what? If need be. Now, could I make a career out of it? Yeah, sure. I don't know. There's something about it for me. It's really creative in how it's, how it's taught and how you think about it. Because supply chain is super recent, in terms of it being taught. The degree, like the major at tech is 6 years old. So I'm one of the stepping stones in, this emerging program. And the way they teach it is not like, how do you one of the classes is about how you manage the trucks, but like there's another that manages the forecasts, manages how you service these things, how you communicate between it. So it's like, it's so multifaceted. I don't think I could ever get bored with it. That's why I like it. Because there's so much stuff to do with it.
Yeah.
It's
you can freaking help me with my next drop as in
Oh yeah,
distribution and all that shit.
Well, I mean, that's another facet of NØ1. NØ1 is also a creative consultation, which is a part of supply chain. In order to sell the products and be able to ship the products, you need to be able to market the products.
You know what's beautiful about all that? That's you, bro. Like
it's true.
Like you're saying that you want to do the supply chain management, and like that's like yes, and then you also are already an artist, but you were talking about doing art full time. But without you even realizing it, in my observation, even if you were doing supply chain management, you are a full-time artist. You're an artist on the day-to-day when you wake up, bro.
I have a supply
chain.
Like
the way that you get ready, the way that you
go
about, like drive, cook, just live, like that's an art. Everybody has that art. True. That's the baseline, bro. We as people are artists, and it's just simply realizing that.
Yeah. If I was doing supply chain full-time, it would be my art. To make something your art, it's like your passion, no?
Yeah.
Art's my passion, so anything can be art.
Okay. One more semester left. Nice. But the whole dream is to be a marine biologist, man. And it's like, I never really came into school looking at that. I started off as a bio major, and I didn't know if I wanted to go into medical. I didn't know if I wanted to go into research. I didn't know what I wanted to do. And then my dad took us on a trip to go scuba diving in Hawaii. And that was kind of the first time I experienced the underwater world, because there really is a whole world down there.
Scuba diving, bro, that's crazy.
It's incredible. Like I've said this before, and it's like you could go down there and just take like a 1 foot by 1 foot section. You could stare at it for hours because there's just
depth.
There's so much life that you don't see up here.
That's where life originated, though.
Exactly. We from the water.
Sure. I came from the water, bro. No, I'm just kidding.
We all come from the water.
For sure.
I'm 70% water.
No, because like we were talking about earlier, like getting outside of your room, like going outside, taking a walk, experiencing the world, and it's like, yeah, you can go do that whenever you want. That's not too hard. But the ocean is something that's been like kind of inaccessible to us.
But even like a marine biologist, would that specifically correlate to only the ocean, or would that be even other types of bodies of fresh water?
Oh no, because it definitely goes past that.
Just water life.
It definitely goes past that. I mean, one of the biggest things is like all the rivers and oceans of the world, they're all connected.
Yeah.
All rivers feed into an ocean somewhere, or into a sea, which feeds into an ocean. They don't just go nowhere. And like, I remember I did a project or an essay I wrote over like the trash in the ocean. And like between California and Hawaii, there's a garbage patch that's like the size of Texas.
Is that the Great Atlantic Garbage Patch?
Great Pacific Garbage Patch. Yeah,
that's so insane.
Like, can you imagine an island of trash the size of Texas?
How could we let it get that bad, bro?
Americans are very wasteful.
Just consumer mentality, bro. Like
out of control.
When they invented the freaking like the Happy Meal, bro, in a sense, like fast food,
Oh,
paper wrapping food.
Yeah.
Like,
Okay, but
Styrofoam,
think about this, bro. You go in your pantry right now. Go look at everything that's in plastic. That's
so
throwaway
much.
because that stuff. Okay, I totally get it. Like, yeah, we got to keep stuff fresh, but there's got to be a better way because
Oh, definitely.
the plastic is not.
way, dog,
It's not biodegradable, bro. Like that stuff is literally hurting our
soil,
marine
bro.
life,
Yeah.
and then eventually
And
it's
shit, this
that
plastic-
water is that's got the microplastics that's
Yeah,
finding way
I was about to
into
say.
us, and our blood has microplastics in it
Literally,
now, bro.
there are babies being born with microplastics already in them, like
Yes.
from day one.
that's
like
fucking
The
insane.
food, bro. The
bro.
food we eat, all of that stuff is affected by
This
this,
is the type of stuff that
consumerist.
gets me like really kind of like worked up. Not gonna
I
lie.
can see
Yeah.
that.
We can like you can only do
Like
so
how
much.
can like what?
What it's
Oh,
it's
the
only
state
what
of
you can do,
humanity.
bro. Like as an individual, like you can't make everybody stop using plastic straws and saving the
Yeah.
turtles. But you yourself, I mean, you can at least do your best to like not litter.
Don't
at
drink
least
water bottles.
that's the biggest thing is like single-use plastics. It's
single-use
like,
plastics.
single-use
That's
plastics.
the problem. Like
I got a
problem.
tattoo.
I
the
want to
other day.
like segue this a little bit, but it's like
No, you go ahead, bro.
Showing it off.
Yeah.
so
So
I,
for studios.
I studied abroad in Japan last summer, right?
Oh wow,
that's
where
dope.
at? Where
And
at?
Tokyo. And I went all
Oh
over,
my
but I was
God.
mostly in Tokyo. And one of the biggest things people think about Japan is like, oh, they're so advanced, you know? Like they've got, you know, this crazy train system and everything's so clean, there's no trash anywhere.
That's a lie.
But, well,
No.
I will say it is super clean and there's
Yeah,
no trash
they also
anywhere.
clean it
Okay,
But
good.
the
at
biggest
night.
problem is they have a huge problem with like single-use plastics. Almost everything you get is going to be wrapped in plastic. You can go to the 7-Eleven and you can buy individually wrapped hard-boiled eggs that each come in this little like clamshell hard plastic case. And it's like, there's so much of it. Everything. I remember I got this little bag of like beef jerky, right? And each piece of beef jerky was individually wrapped.
That's insane.
So where does that go?
Yeah, I actually have a bit of a personal connection to this because it's
Yeah, they sell it.
what a lot of these countries do is they sell their trash to places.
What?
And
Yeah.
and there's a lot of
recycled?
countries. There's a lot of no, just landfill space. And it's like there's a lot of countries that have a lot of space and they're poor, you know. And this companies or this country is gonna come up to them like, hey, I'll give you $1 million if you take like
Let us dump our
100
shit
tons of
over
trash.
here.
Their economy.
Yeah.
But also the trade-off is you keep our trash.
And you're destroying your. And I'm from Pakistan, right? And I go there a lot. Like my family's from there. I've been going back there almost like every other year since I was born. And
Were you born in Pakistan?
No, I was born in the States, but
Born in Jacksonville, Florida.
hey, we don't talk about Florida.
Yo, hey, you know Kodak,
Florida in
bro?
the chat. Pull it up. Pull it up. You know what I'm saying?
Straight up Florida man. Craziest guy.
Golly, Jacksonville too. Golly, bro, right in the
Anyways.
heat. Anyways, yeah.
Trash, man. My fault. I don't
No.
mean to knock anyone in Jacksonville, Florida. Love y'all.
No, yeah, they're coming. They gonna come for you. Bro.
Like
My fault, my fault, my fault.
the city of Karachi is like where my family's from. It's it's got 27 million people. That's more than New York City, you know.
Fuck.
There's so many damn people there.
Yeah.
And there's just trash everywhere. It's so dirty. Like, and it's heartbreaking to see because like that's my home, right? My homeland, and it's just so dirty. And all this trash has come in from other places, you know, and it's like I get it, the trash needs to go somewhere. And a place like Japan, you know, it's a tiny country. They don't have the space for it.
Get out of your room, go look at the sun, let the sun look at you too.
Don't look at the sun.
Yeah.
Well,
That's bad.
Unless you got the glasses. Unless you got the glasses. The
See,
solar
and
eclipse
I have a
glasses.
hot take on that. Do you think the Mayans had eclipse glasses? No, bro. That's something natural. That's a natural current event. That's another thing.
So do you think the Mayans looked directly at the sun when it
Look,
happened?
hey,
This is
sun
what the
gazing is a
machine is telling
thing.
you.
Okay, sun
true,
gazing
yeah.
is definitely a thing.
Gaze
So,
upon it.
That's just another reason to separate. It's like taking you, disconnecting you, bro.
Yeah, but like, don't burn your corneas.
I
off.
definitely looked at the eclipse for way too long, and
With glasses or no?
no, without.
Oh my gosh.
Good for you, bro.
Bro was like,
It's not good for you.
I was
Don't burn
getting the
something.
spiritual downloads, bro. I was getting the downloads.
Okay, the downloads, fam. I get it.
Come on,
no,
come
no,
on.
fam was frying his corneas and thought he was.
Yeah, don't be doing that.
I still
You're-
got that 2020 A B C D A. You know how that
Five, L,
5, 6,
M.
7, 8.
But yeah,
Hell yeah.
life is art.
Life is art.
indeed.
Life is art.
When we're talking about him being an anonymous artist to start off with, like now he's kind of shown his face to the world, but before that, like nobody knew the artist behind the art, but I did. And I saw him from his very first painting up until, well, maybe not his first painting, but his first
Yeah, you know
painting,
my first painting.
first painting as no one.
Ah, yeah.
Yeah. And you know, it's crazy to see the growth between it, because now it's like, now we, you know, we're sitting out here talking about it freely, but back then nobody knew about him except for me and a select few others. And I remember
People knew about the art, just not the artist.
exactly. And I, you know, I saw the whole process, and I remember when he DM'd Chulo, actually, because he was super excited about it, telling me like, because this is before he knew or was in any of the art scene in Lubbock, you know, and he was talking about how excited he was to have met someone who is like an artist as well, that he could express it with. And I don't know, seeing the growth from, you know, trying to find his path and
to showing stuff at the fashion show,
exactly,
to having a whole like art wall on the fucking ice house, like
exactly.
Believe me, bro, like it's one of those things that I feel like I'm glad I don't take for granted, because I make sure that relationships are a big part of why I even decide to even live, and people need people.
I really appreciate both of you for just letting me in so freely, so trustingly.
Hey, bro.
You didn't know who I was.
Hey, there's nothing about letting whatever in. It's like we were brought together for a reason.
Oh,
you know,
yeah,
like I don't ever.
sure.
It's not like oh, like I let
this
you in, he
guy,
let you in. It's like
yeah.
no, like we crossed paths and we organically built a like a
Definitely.
relationship, and you know, it's cool.
Well, I can call you guys some of my best friends.
Likewise,
Truthfully, truthfully. You know, we created a bond, not just like, you know, surface level bond. It's like, oh, we can go out and drink together. It's like, we can do that, and we can also have like incredibly deep conversations about stuff that may not even make sense, but we make it make sense together. Just,
And also creative endeavors, bro.
Of course,
That's
dude.
a big thing. Like,
we've all grown so much.
yeah.
And so I've known you for about what? I think it's been about 2 years.
Yeah, a couple years now. 2 years.
Well, I'd say,
I met you guys my sophomore year of college.
which was
2 years
2 years ago, yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
No, I remember before I met y'all, like I think maybe like a few months into him, like become good friends with y'all. That's when I met y'all, I think. I don't really remember the first time, but I just remember him always like coming back from hanging out with y'all and talking about like,
I don't know. I just always felt so good
and
after
it's
hanging out. It's like,
you know, I was like, I want to meet them too. And I'm glad I got to meet you guys, you know, and talk to y'all.
sure, ditto.
I appreciate you
Definitely
guys. Yeah.
Of course, yeah, definitely good getting to know you guys.
Of course.
Definitely. Man, I wish you the best, bro. When you end up
bless.
going back to Houston and everything, I know you'll be graduating. Congrats on that.
Of course.
Yeah,
Hey.
it's exciting.
Lubbock ain't gonna lose all of me. There's still a little bit of no one here and there sprinkled
Hey,
out.
he's got a couple sticker bombs in places.
Couple
You might
sticker
see a couple.
bombs, couple paintings up. Hey, go find them.
Well, I appreciate you guys.
Incriminate me.
Thank y'all for coming on
Yeah, I
the
appreciate
pod,
you
bro.
for having us, dog.
Thank you so much for
Amazing
having us, man.
conversation.
Yes, sir. Well, I think that's
God bless.
I think that's the end of episode 9.
Is crazy. You know what I'm saying? You know where we at. You know where we at. Hey, baby.